I don't even know how to make this video. I really don't. The thumbnail says it all. I'm in shock. I'm in absolute shock with the news that us as the wrestling fans heard. Like later on this week, probably tomorrow or the next day, I was actually going to make a video where I was talking about how me and my little brother are going to an event that we are both excited for. This is our first ever event that we're going to. And of course, I want to experience it. I want to have a great time. I know it's going to be a banger. Even though the card itself hasn't been that, the build to the pay-per-view hasn't been that great. Still, I know that because it's all in, they're going to deliver on all cylinders. It's London. How can they not, Then, last night, I remember I was on my phone and I was watching a YouTube video. And I see a notification. And I grew concerned straight away. I only read the first part, Bray Wyatt. So I was like, okay, what's going on? So I go on Twitter. And I look at the pending. Because I'm like, okay, this... Maybe Bray Wyatt has been mentioned somewhere. I don't know. I don't read much into the news of what's happening. But when I saw this, I had to look up what was going on. I see pending. And Bray Wyatt's name is there. As soon as I click it, I got hit with news that I was not expecting. Bray Wyatt is no more. And I'm completely heartbroken by this. I couldn't actually go to sleep for a couple of hours. I just could not go to sleep because I was just that shocked. Because there were reports, and I remember there were reports saying that Bray Wyatt wasn't healthy, but then he's going back to, he's getting that recovery, he's recovering, he's probably going to return back to the ring. And then I hear this news, and I don't know what to believe anymore. And as soon as I went to sleep and I woke up just now, I just woke up now, I had breakfast, and then I decided to record this. Hence why I might look like a mess right now. But I don't care. I don't care. If there's mess on my face, I do not care. I woke up and I was hoping that this news is just a dream. Until I opened my phone again, and it's reality. He is no longer with us. If you guys don't know wrestling, this is not the video for you. But if you guys love professional wrestling, and if you're a fanatic of professional wrestling, this video is for you. Because I'm going to go into detail about my thoughts on Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, Wyndham Rotunda. I'm going to go into detail about it. The reason why this shocks me so much is because I have been an absolute fan of Bray Wyatt. Because his character, when he came in burst into the WWE, when he debuted into WWE, he was menacing. He was scary. And I loved it. Because he plays the character that, and the genre itself is something I love, horror. He had this character that had this horror-like-esque theme. And I loved it. He's got the fireflies, got the whole world in his hands. He's got Eric Rowan and Luke Harper with him. And he was just scary. Just the ambiance itself was scary. That's why I fell in love with The Undertaker, Kane in his prime, the Boogeyman as well. They all had these really scary characters. Very menacing, very evil characters that you freaking love. And I love horror. So that's why I got intrigued even more. I was like, this is fantastic. So when I saw Bray Wyatt develop his characters, I freaking loved it. I was like, this is the Bray Wyatt I need. This is the Bray Wyatt that we all want. And we got it. Bray Wyatt was able to shine. And I remember when he won the SmackDown World Heavyweight Champion, I got so happy. Because I'm like, he freaking deserves it. The character that he went through, the journey he went through, he deserved it. Even though it was short, and I will never forgive WWE for making his reign that short. But even though it was short, the fact that he won the title, I wanted him to become one of the biggest champions that WWE has. And obviously, after Randy Orton beat Bray Wyatt, The Fiend then developed afterwards. Not immediately afterwards, but it started to develop. And I think it was like a year later or two, he developed a character called The Fiend. And I was like, this is brilliant. Because the mask that he had was absolutely, I was mesmerizing. I loved it. That mask is something I still need to buy. And I know it's probably sold out now because so many people have bought it. But that mask, I just love the evil look to it. It just looks so good. And the character that he built from that was fantastic. And even though Goldberg killed The Fiend, even Vince McMahon, and I will never forgive both of them for killing such a beautiful character. I will never. Vince McMahon was the reason why The Fiend was killed, even Goldberg. And I know for a fact that if Goldberg was to show up in the UK, he's not getting cheered. He's not getting cheered. He's getting booed. If he decides to show up in All In, he's getting booed. Because he's the second reason. He's 50% of the reason why The Fiend is killed. Such a beautiful character that you have in The Fiend, and you decide to kill it. He's getting booed. He's not getting cheered. I'm sorry. He's getting booed the hell out of that building. And I don't blame the UK. Goldberg should have not even said yes to this idea. He should have said no. And imagine if The Fiend was not dead. Was not buried. Imagine if we had The Fiend still to this day. I would go out on a limb and say The Fiend would have 100% been the one to beat Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. I would go out on a limb and say that in the year 2022, The Fiend would be the one to beat Roman Reigns. I would have actually wanted that to happen. But during that time, I think Bray Wyatt made an exit from WWE because of the way he was being built, the way he was being portrayed. He wasn't happy with it, or I don't know if he got released or if he just, obviously quit the company. Whatever he decided, whatever happened with his contract, I still don't remember. So, it will say it down below. But regardless, they failed his character, which is probably the reason why he decided to leave the company. But just imagine if they didn't fail his character. They really developed The Fiend throughout the years to be this dominant, evil character. Imagine if they built him to become world champion. You know how dominant he would be? Absolutely dominant. But of course, in reality, he got buried by Goldberg, which I will never forgive him for. And because of Vince McMahon, who booked it as well, I'm never forgiving him. He got buried. And after that burial that he got, the Fiend character just didn't feel special anymore. And it's not because of Bray Wyatt. It's because of the decision that Vince McMahon and Goldberg made, which I did not want. And I think after he got released or he left the company, after his contract. We were all hoping for him to go to AEW. A lot of people wanted him to go to AEW because I'm just thinking about the matches that he would have if he was to go to AEW. There's so many matches that he would have had. That would have been fantastic. Well, of course, when Vince McMahon got released from the company and he stated that he's no longer in charge and Triple H took over, Bray Wyatt made the decision to go back to WWE, and I don't put blame on him at all. Whatever decision he makes, I'm happy with his decision. He went back to WWE, but the sad thing is that his character just didn't develop. And that is sad. You have a perfect character in The Fiend, and how you don't develop his character to become what we know him to have. It's sad. And then we found out that just a few months ago that he's been off TV because of the fact that he's been dealing with an illness. Now, we all didn't know how serious this illness was. I probably remember there were news outlets out there that was saying that it's quite a serious illness. But then we were reading reports just recently saying that he's gonna return back. He's he's ready and he's healthy. And then all of a sudden this. I don't even know what to say. Like my heart has fully sunk. And it's sad knowing that he's no longer with us. I'm heartbroken. This was the tweet that made me realize that this is all real. Let me read the tweet. Because there's only one person that I have a lot of respect for in Triple H. Triple H put out this tweet, which I'm going to read right now. Just received a call from WWE Hall of Famer Mike Rotunda, who informed us of the tragic news that our WWE family member for life, Wyndham Rotunda, also known as Bray Wyatt, unexpectedly passed earlier today. Our thoughts and prayers with the family, and we ask that everyone respects their privacy at this time. That hits hard. Knowing that Triple H was the one to notify everyone of his passing, I think there is no better person to but Triple H. He has a lot of respect for Bray Wyatt, and I know for a fact Triple H wanted to develop The Fiend and make it an even more menacing, a more stronger, a more devastating athlete. And a character as well. Because Bray Wyatt, he had a creative mind. That Fiend character was so good. I loved how dark it was. And it reminded me of like an old school Undertaker. I was just shocked and gasped. I was like, what am I watching? In a good way. I know Triple H has a lot of respect for Bray Wyatt. I believe they're close friends as well. And obviously they're business partners. Triple H sees something good in Bray Wyatt. They want to work together and create something special. Of course, Triple H is going to allow Bray Wyatt to, because he knows how creative Bray Wyatt is. I'm glad that Triple H is the only one that told us the news. I'm glad. I wouldn't have got it done from anyone else but Triple H if I was Bray Wyatt. Sadly, he is no longer with us. It's so heartbreaking to know that he is no longer with us. I mean, I'm still shocked by the news. This is something that's going to live with me for a long time. And it reminds me of the John Huber incident where he passed away. That stayed with me for days. Maybe even weeks. Because I was that heartbroken by the news. Because we all saw how John Huber was on the BTEs, on, Up, Up, Down, Down. We saw his character. And we saw John Huber's personal side. And we all loved it. because it's a rarity to see that on TV. When he's on TV, he plays his character, but when he's off TV, he's one of the funniest individuals that we have. And I was recently just watching some of the John Huber stuff as well. When he's on BTE, when he was on Up Up Down Down, and it just made me laugh and made me shed a few tears as well. Wyndham Rotunda, in the ring, he plays his character so well. But out of the ring, he is a different person. One of the nicest individuals. And I've seen the photos. I've seen the videos. He's one of the nicest people to ever grace the earth. And it's sad knowing that John Huber and Wyndham Rotunda is no longer with us. I just wished and I prayed upon a star that they would build Wyndham Rotunda more. I really wish they did, but they didn't. They had the opportunity to, and they didn't. And it's sad. And I know that this news has definitely hit JoJo, Bo Dallas, the family, very hard. This isn't news that I would want to hear. And I just recently, just as I woke up, I saw how he passed away as well. Now, honestly, I don't even want to know how he passed away. The fact that we got this news, I just wanted to respect the fact that we lost somebody that was close to a lot of people. And I'm telling you right now, we aren't just fans. We're family. The whole family of the wrestling world is saddened to know this news. And with that being said, respectfully, I didn't want to know how he passed away, because that is not information we need to know. I'd rather keep that stuff private. But news has been out there, and he said that, and a news outlet said that he passed away from a heart attack, which shocks me because, as I said it before, we were seeing reports that Wyndham Rotunda is healthy and he's ready to come back, and then all of a sudden this. It's sad. It really, really is sad. But all my prayers to the family of Bray Wyatt, to JoJo, Bo Dallas, the kids, everyone. It's really, really tough. And it's tough for us to hear as wrestling fans. This is one piece of news that I wasn't expecting to come out this early. I don't know what else to say. But, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.